Welcome artists to our next unit. We are beginning this project which will ultimately lead us to doing a self-portrait in a style of your choosing. But we're going to start this out by developing our research skills. We're going to use a tool called Pinterest. You guys probably know about Pinterest. Whether you have it or not, you've probably heard of it. But we're going to use it to create boards that are portrait artworks in many different styles. They're going to be of your choosing, but you're going to create a board of 50 pins at least of different styles of portraits. When I say the word research, you might cringe a little bit. But researching as an artist is pretty fun actually, because you get to look at pictures. It's like opening a book and only looking at the pictures. Don't cringe when I say that. I hope you'll dive in and really spend some time looking at different portraits and the way that artists choose to approach this very common theme in artwork. So here we are at Pinterest.com. You can either go to the website on your Chromebook, or you can download the app, whether that's from the App Store or from Google Play, and go in and create an account if you don't already have one. I'm not going to walk you through that because it's pretty easy and straightforward. And if you can't figure it out, then what I want you to do is Google how to set up a Pinterest account. And there are many tutorials out there, and you can find out on your own. I want you to take that initiative. So, like I said, here we are on Pinterest, and what I want you guys to do is, once you set up an account, there's this little icon that if you put a picture in there, it shows the picture you want. If not, it'll probably have the first initial of whatever username you selected, and you click on that, and it takes you to your boards. Now, if you just set it up, you're not going to have any of these boards. All you're going to have is this information right at the top. And I want you to create a board by clicking this plus sign off to the right, and you scroll down and press board. And then you go in here, and it's a good idea to title it portraits, because that's what we're looking for. You can make it portrait art if you wanted to, and you just press create board. Now, I'm not going to create one because I already have one. And so here's my board. I've already started working on it. So once you create that board, what you're going to do is start pinning on that board, and we'll look at that next. So one way to add pins to your board is using Pinterest itself. And what you'll do is you go to the home page, and once you start making pins, Pinterest will kind of populate your home page with things that similar to what you've already been looking at. So we're going to start out really simply by looking up portrait artwork. Part of what we want to learn to do as researchers is look for the same thing using different words. And so portrait artwork is a really straightforward one. So how do you pin pins on Pinterest? So what you do is you look through here, all these portraits that'll come up for you, and yours will probably actually be a little bit different depending on if you already have a Pinterest account or not. So I'm going to try to find something that I like here. How about this one right here? So you hover over the picture you like, and then this little save thing comes up, and you've got to make sure that you click the drop down and you put it on portraits. Now, you may only have portraits. There's mine right there, and you just click save. But if you have lots of different boards on Pinterest, then you've got to make sure you get the right one. So there you go. I've pinned a pin through Pinterest, and I'm just going to keep doing that. The goal is to get to 50. Now, there's more ways than one to put pins on Pinterest other than just using Pinterest, and I'm going to show you that next. So say you're not on Pinterest and you found some portraits that you like, whether it's through Google Images or you're just floating around on some website and you happen to see an artist has done a work of art that's a portrait and you want to save it to your board. There's a couple different ways to do that. One way to do that, and the way that's probably going to work for you guys because your Chromebooks can be a little hinky about things, is by scrolling over top of that work of art and saving it. So let me find one here that I'd like to save. So what I'm going to do is, it comes up over here on the right whenever I'm on Google Images, and I'm going to right click it. Now on your Chromebook, you don't have a right click. What you have to do is press the Alt button and then click on your trackpad, and it'll bring up this menu, and you're going to go down to Save Image As. I made a folder called Portraits, and in that folder I'm going to save this work of art. So then what I'm going to do, I've got it saved on my computer. Then I've got to go over to Pinterest, go to my board, which you click up on your icon there, it takes you to your boards, and then you click on your portraits board, and then down here on the bottom there's a plus button, and that plus button is to add things to this board. Create pin. Now I've got this drag and drop. I can either drag it right from my desktop, or I can click on it, and then you go to desktop, select your portraits folder, and here I have that picture. I click it and press open. Oh, by the way, when I looked this up on Google Images, instead of doing portrait art, I did portrait illustration, and I got lots of different things there. So that's how you do it through downloading. You can also do it by right clicking. Remember, for you guys, it's Alt button, and then you click on your touchpad. And sometimes you can go down here where there's a little Pinterest icon, and if you click that, it'll give you the option to save it directly to your Pinterest board. But I'm afraid that you guys aren't going to be able to do it that way. You can certainly try it. It's a little quicker that way. So go ahead and try it, see if it works. But if it doesn't, you're always going to be able to download it and then upload it to your Pinterest board. That's a couple different ways how you can save outside of Pinterest and then get it to Pinterest. All right, guys, so the goal here is to get at least 50 pins on your board. You're going to have 2 weeks to do that. And once you get those 50 pins, what you've got to do is share your board with me. Now, if you're on your Chromebook, all you've got to do is go up to your address bar here and double click on that. And then you can press Control-C, which copies that link, or you can right click and press copy. And then you go into your assignment, and there'll be a place where you can enter text, and I want you to paste that link. And that way I can go and look at your board and confirm that you have at least 50 pins. You can also do this if you're using your phone and you've got the Pinterest app, which here is my Pinterest board on my phone. And what you do is you click those top 3 buttons and you click Share Board. And then if you scroll over here, let's see if I can show you. See where it says Copy Link? Then you press, it's a little chain link, just like any other time you copy the links. You copy that link, and then you go into your Canvas student app, and you go to this assignment, and then you will share that. You'll paste that link, which I think you can just long press, and it'll give you the option to paste. You paste it, you submit it, and I can go and see your 50 pins. So that's the assignment in a nutshell. Guys, embrace this. It's really fun to do research like this. And feel free, if you look at my board here, I've got some really different styles of artwork, from Wolverine to Luke Skywalker to illustrations to more, this is digital art right over here. I've got some sketches here. I've got paintings. I've got pictures where the artist took 4 different styles together. So I've really tried to get a variety. I've still got at least 9 more I've got to get up there before I'm done. So I want you to do that. Don't just pick things that you think you want to do. I'm not expecting you to try to do all these. I'm just wanting you to get inspired. So anything you like or that you might want to try, pin those up to your board, and by all means do more than 50 if you want to. It's really an easy assignment, and I hope that you'll enjoy just looking through all this different artwork. Remember, use different terms: portrait artwork, portrait illustration, face drawings, face paintings, are paintings of faces. If you look up face paintings, what you're going to find is people who paint faces like at fairs. But if you look up paintings of faces, then you're going to see more artwork stuff. So I want you to mess around with that and explore those different search terms, and you'll definitely learn something. So I look forward to seeing you guys' pins. That's all I've got. Enjoy.